I know, Alicia, you're full of shit. Welcome to an anti-haul confessions. I wanted to get on here and talk about the products that I bought that I said I wasn't going to buy in my anti-haul. I know there's a lot of issues now with authenticity and honesty on YouTube. Maybe two of my videos have been sponsored by hair product companies that I've been using and that I love. In terms of makeup, I haven't gone there yet. And a lot of these beauty bloggers receive PR and some of the videos are sponsored, and a lot of viewers feel they're hard to trust because are they telling the truth? Or are they saying that because they're getting paid? Well, I think it also goes in line in if I say that I'm not buying something and I buy it anyway, well, what's that about? I'm human, and I think the point of me even creating anti-hauls is just to help myself not to buy everything, vocalize my logic, my reasoning, and just to help me out because I love makeup so much and I want to buy it all. And we can't buy it all, but I wanted to lay out the reasons why I did buy these two palettes when I said I wasn't going to. Let's revisit a couple of clips from my first anti-haul, shall we? You see here the cake that was created in celebration of this idea. I don't know if I should say launch because it actually didn't launch, but something was celebrated, and it seems that this will be the actual eyeshadow palette arrangement. When I did see that cake with the colors, Jaclyn did say that those were in fact not the colors that were going to be in her palette. Yes, some of them were similar, and a lot of people thought it looked like the first Morphe collab she did, where she just featured her favorite eyeshadows that were already in the Morphe collection. I had no idea that she was going to create all new colors with a whole new formula. When I heard that, I died inside. I thought she was just going to create colors, but with the current Morphe formula. And the current Morphe formula, especially for the mattes, they're a little bit chalky and you really have to build the saturation several times because of the texture. When she said these were like pressed differently because each color has a different finish and la 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 la, I was like, oh man. And when she did the swatches, and then when I saw the other beauty bloggers use it on their eyes, and they all looked beautiful. Especially when I saw C-Key apply it, and then I saw Jaclyn apply it. I was like, okay, fine. I've been using this palette for the past week non-stop. I did this eye look today. I wanted to do something a little different because when I first got it, of course I did the traditional warm smoky eye because how can you not? And then I went in with like a forest green teal lid with a rustic orange lower lash line. I understand the risk in doing that. You could look like you have a disease. But it's all good. I think it turned out okay. I used the jade color, this very deep matte pine green, the teal. That doesn't look like teal on here, but when you apply it, it's like, oh, okay. I also applied, I think this is Hunt's and some of her other warm transition shades. Okay, it's another Morphe palette. It's Jaclyn. It's a collab. It's a great collab. All of these colors are phenomenal. Do you want to see swatches? I know you do. Let's do it. First row, you have light shades, brow bone highlight, transition shades, and really nice shimmery lid colors. Second row, this marigold, I love to blow out really smoky eye looks. It gives a nice warm orange effect. A couple of more transition shades, this beautiful red shade and the coppery gold shimmers. Ugh. Third row, we have deeper warm tones that you can use to define the outer corner, the inner corner, and some brown taupey shimmery shades, some bronzy copper shimmers as well here. Fourth row is when you start getting fun. This cobalt blue, yes, have to build it a little bit, but when you rep the brush, it's over. Some shimmery taupes, a really beautiful chocolate shimmer. And the last row, you have Pool Party, which is that beautiful turquoise color. The jade matte is what I used to blow out my crease. The teal color, that's next on my lid, and this matte pine green I use to define the outer and inner corners. And then you have your 3 defining matte shades in this deep chocolate brown, plum, and black. This retails for $38, and if you live in the States, it's not bad with shipping. Is when you get into international stuff, I guess is a little Morphe charges a crap ton for shipping to begin with, and if you live in another country, you also have to pay the international shipping and customs depending on where you are. On top of the $38, you know, you probably could be paying over $60 just for one palette. And that sucks, because if the whole thing is that you're getting the value for your cost and you still have to pay an arm and a leg for it to just get to your house, probably that's the reason people won't bother purchasing it, because it'll just prove too expensive for the shipping. If you are in States, I believe it's $8.95 for shipping, and if you use Jaclyn's code or another Morphe affiliate code, you can knock some of it out and it won't be as high, plus the shipping. It is white cardboard, which I prefer over the plastic stuff. I just felt plastic with the Morphe palettes, because they were so big, they were just more vulnerable to cracking. I always felt that way. And I like cardboard. I just think it's more durable. It's lighter. It doesn't feel like I'm just gonna drop it and it's gonna shatter all over the place. And yes, it is white with the silver metallic lettering, and not practical in terms of keeping it clean all the time because it's white, and this matte-like texture gets stains on it very easily. I really don't care because this isn't gonna be on display, so whatever. And it doesn't have a mirror, but I feel a mirror of this size will make the palette cost more, and I don't think we want that either. The mattes are buttery, they're effortless to blend, and the shimmers, whoa. And here's the thing, all scandal aside with Jaclyn, with, you know, promoting Morphe brushes when some Morphe brushes have been shedding, have been crappy, the only problem I ran into with Morphe brushes is that the ferrule came unglued and I just glued it back. I never had problem with shedding, especially with the gold collection. Those have been really sturdy and I haven't run into any problems with those brushes. With Jaclyn being on YouTube for a while now, and for her to try as many eyeshadows as she's had, I think I can rely on her commitment to delivering a really solid product. She knows what she loves, she's tried it all, different shades, different textures, different finishes, and for her to create something that she feels is the best out of everything she's tried, to put all her work into something that took 2 years to create. Listen, I don't create makeup. I have no idea what it entails. It seems that she was very much invested in the process. Not like people who just get a sample, swatch it, and say, oh, this is whatever. Yeah, she did do that because she doesn't like flying overseas, and yeah, maybe she didn't go to wherever the palette was being created to test it firsthand, but I know for sure she was very passionate about the input, about the process, and making sure that this was her dream palette, as she says in her video. I could take this one palette and create a ton of looks. Low-key neutral, smoky neutral, colorful smoky, low-key colorful. It's just you have it all here, and they're very brown girl friendly. These blues and these, oh, the purples, oh my gosh. I think myself and everyone else is blown away with how creamy and blendable the mattes are. When I applied these warm red shades for the first time, I was shocked. So I said I wasn't gonna buy it, and I thought that these colors weren't gonna work for me, and it's another Morphe palette, and the hype was real. The minute all the beauty bloggers got this palette in the mail, they went right on their camera and started applying. And I get it, and everyone was excited. Some were like overly gushing about it. I know. I'm happy I purchased it. I'm happy that I was human and I was full of it, and went to the website and got it on the day it launched. Even though I said I wasn't gonna buy it, even if it was in my anti-haul. If there's anyone that's gonna spill tea on me, it's gonna be me, on myself. Let's get into the next confession, shall we? I mentioned that I wasn't gonna buy another rose gold highlighter palette because I had a ton of rose gold highlighters, which I do. They're over there in my drawer. laughing at me. I did say I was thinking about returning the Becca and Chrissy collab palette, which I did. And then I was like, well, that kind of justifies me getting this one, doesn't it? This is a heavy palette. It is heavy. Not so travel friendly because the squares are so big and it's kind of thick. Even though it's just cardboard and a square, it's super heavy, and I feel that this is just so much product, and I'm not crazy about it. I wasted my $45. I probably will give this to my friend Sam because she's been looking for a highlighter palette. She doesn't have one, and I think she will enjoy this more than me. The textures of the powders are so creamy and dense that they sit on my skin and they don't actually blend into my skin as much as I would like them to. My favorite highlighters right now are the Jouer highlighters. The texture, the formula, they blend like butter, they melt into your skin, and they give that glow from within effect without it just sitting on top. And what a lot of these beauty bloggers do is that when they sit in front of their Diva light and they apply one of these right on camera, when you move your face, yeah, it's gonna look super impressive and glowy AF. But in real life, when you walk up to them and you see that powder resting on their face like it's not supposed to be there, that's a problem. And I think that's what these do. Well, you wanna see some swatches? I know you do. I think they look so impressive online when they're swatched and when the light's on them that you're like, oh my goodness, they're so gorgeous. The bling is on fire. Yeah, that's true, but I don't like how they look on my skin. I really don't. My mom, when she saw that I had these powders, she was like, there's something on your face. I was like, oh, okay, I'll buff that out a little more. Thanks, Mom. And I knew, like, and she's never said that with any of my other highlighters. If I were to force myself to use this, I'll probably use the colors on my eyes. I will apply a very tiny bit on the tops of my cheeks. One of those like pinky duochrome colors I think will be a very nice blush topper. And that super light shade I think is called Petal, like right here on my super bling spot. Very lightly. I have to be careful with the brush that I use, the finish. I have to make sure I buff that ish out because it could be bad. It could be bad. Those are my confessions, and if you ended up buying anything you said that you weren't gonna buy, that you probably mentioned in an anti-haul that you made, share down below. We'll feel guilty together. Thank you guys for understanding, and I am very ready for the criticism. I get it. If I say something and I do the opposite, it's like, what? What's up with that? And I wanted to go on here and be honest and just share my thoughts on why I did so. And you will hear it from me from this platform. And if anyone wants to come for me, I agree with you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And yes, let me know of any products, whether it be hair, clothes, makeup, that you were really set on not buying and you did anyway. Let me know down below, and I'll see you on here next time. Bye!